All right, so welcome back. Hopefully all of you guys are having a fabulous day here today. Hopefully everybody's having a great time and everything associated. We're back over here on Goddess of Victory Nikke. Today, we officially picked up the part 2 to the actual update, part 2 to Coins and Rush, part 2 to the obviously banner. We picked up the milk banner here today. Apologies for not being able to get out the milk testing video earlier today. I was again very busy all day, and it's been a long day. Been a long day. Beyond that, now that I'm here, let's talk about it. So, Velvet is currently taking over the entire Nikke internet, I guess you can say, this side of the Nikke internet. On top of that, we also have testing, early look at what Milk was able to do, and I wanted to talk about the drama regarding Rouge and where that is at right now, as it's been days and no response has happened. I want to kind of tame your expectations, because now at this point, it's a little bit too late for them to issue any apology or anything like that. Probably they're going to just kick that under the rug and move on. With that being said, let's jump into it. New to the channel, like and subscribe. It helps out a ton. Here we go. First things first, if you're wondering, they held like a live stream over on the JP account. They did like a radio talk pretty much. They brought out AIDS VA, did a bit of a talk with her, and like it was kind of cool, I think, from what the JP comments were. She did like ASMR for a little bit, and they love her voice. That was like the whole highlight I found. She talked about like some behind the scenes stuff and stuff like that. There was like a translation that came out. It doesn't look like too important stuff. Just talked about like some of the VA stuff. Her favorite character is Aid. Aid got an altar, blah blah blah, because she was super popular. Kind of confirms one thing. Aid had popularity back then, so this altar they knew that they would 100% cook with, because they knew that Aid had that popularity. Milk gets releases because Milk is popular as well. The only thing is, Milk gets like crappy releases. Now at least Milk got a good character, which is really good to see. But like the favorite item was like such a dud. The artwork was beautiful, but like the favorite item itself, not the best. So glad to see Milk getting something here, because again, her testing so far has been very positive. She actually has done very good damage, and a lot of players are shocked that she's able to kind of cook up like that. But she was a very iffy character because it's manual, very manual. So yeah, she's great, but remember, you have to realize she's fully manual. So that was the first thing. Again, a bit of a wild thing. That basically, I think they announced on here ASMR is coming soon, pretty much. So they're gonna be doing a full ASMR event and everything associated, apparently, but not 100% sure if they like confirmed it, but everybody in the comments is bringing up the ASMR, so we'll go with that. Next up over here, if you don't already know, this event, I've been seeing this meme all day today, dude. It should have been me, not him, regarding Commander and such, and in certain instances in this event, his hand placements in certain instances in this event, getting in line in certain instances in this event, and other things like that in certain instances in this event. Gotta repeat that multiple times. This event definitely was a wild one. They listen, I guess, to like the feedback regarding the summer update, because like a lot of players were like so mad at the writing and such, and like the missed opportunities in words of the commander, and the commander's like weird writing and such. It's been inconsistent. I think anybody can kind of say against that it's kind of wrong, but yeah, it's been very inconsistent. So they definitely wrote a bit different here and made him wild as hell can be in this entire update. So that's been the memes. But regarding pretty much Velvet, so this is like basically Velvet. I don't know if you've seen this already, but the loading image when you get to the event, you can see her legs and everything, and then, you know, his hand placements and everything. You can also again see like players talking about it pretty much just Velvet. I'd show what it looks like, but you know what it looks like. You know what Velvet looks like, right? She is again gaining a lot of popularity super quickly. The #1 post on Reddit today was pretty much this over here, which is kind of funny. Can you imagine if they surprise release her banner next week? Let's hope. A lot of players are sort of, you know, excited for this one. But yes, Velvet is there. She's officially added to NPC jail. You will see her. I don't know when you'll see her, though. It's guaranteed at this point, based on how much hype the community has for her. You will see this character. Velvet is 100% coming to the game. There's no doubt about that. Again, given the amount of hype players have, like, dude, wild statements everywhere. Commander on his way to recover his fumble. How does the man do it? Yeah, it's been, who let the rider in the kitchen was even allowed ever to leave. Let this man cook. Dude, it's been crazy. So yeah, altogether though, Velvet, if you've been wondering, she is officially added to NPC jail. She does have animations and such. She has no shooting poses or anything that confirms she's a unit, but based on the hype, based on the excitement, based on NPC jail as we know it, to confirm it, yeah, she's gonna come. When? I don't know. Next, if you're wondering how actually basically Milk ended up doing and how good she actually was, Milk ended up being a very powerful DPS. She apparently seems to be on par or a little bit better, depending on the build, versus Red Hood. So if you're comparing a non-Pilgrim character to a Pilgrim character, she's doing pretty solid. Got one team formation over here. She pretty much kicked up 518 compared to 444, running 90% Elemental, 18.69% C7, right? Bunny Milk over here, 70% EL, and pretty much 20% attack C5. She was able to pick up that much damage. 21, like you see, that's like actually very, very crazy. This is again what she picked up over here. So you have 3 over here, 1.7, 21 over here, comparatively speaking to Red Hood, again being 18, and then 749 over here. That's pretty freaking solid, ironically. So she is doing undisputed, like solid damage, definitely there. She is not a bad character by any means. The only issue is, and I don't want you to be fooled by seeing these like calculations and be like, oh my god, I gotta pull for her. She has to be manualed. In order to get like most of the damage, you have to manual it. I know players will say like, nah, you don't have to. You kind of do. If you want to like maximize and see like the best results, it's a bit of a manual character. The issue with snipers is a lot of them require manual play, and that's why a lot of players don't really go into those kits and such. Don't really like those kits. But yeah, she is manual, and she does do great. So wondering testing wise, she has been performing pretty well when it came to, again, a lot of players. It looks like on par with Raven, and Raven ended up being double S, triple S, whatever. So she is kind of on par with that. Not exactly right, like more than that, but pretty much on par. And again, this is pretty early testing. Once more progression goes through and we see some more stuff, she does have pretty good and pretty easy teams to build. So there's ways to kind of look at this one. But another one over here at full build, or almost full build. She got 4.5 compared to Red Hood's 5.6. And again, Red Hood is clearly 61,000 there. Or sorry, 614, right, compared to 515. So bit of a difference, yes. But yes, next up real quick, regarding the Rouge skin, players have been like sort of commenting on my videos here, asking me to update and like talk about it and such, and say like if there's anything gonna come from it. But I'm gonna give you the bad news. Sunday was the day that they had to respond. If they didn't respond Sunday, they're not gonna respond. Now, the next day from Sunday is Wednesday, which is today, when a new update launches. They might put a patch out to fix it or update you on that. They didn't do that either. Most likely when it comes to it, and when it comes to gacha skins, they don't care what you have to say. Because either they can't do anything about it, they won't do anything about it. I don't know what the reasoning is, but this drama became pretty large. Players will say, oh, it's fine, I don't care, it's just a coat, whatever. But like the truth is, KR cared. Global cared. Mainly JP was okay with it, but the other regions, they cared. This drama was at least 5 times bigger than what Mahara was. Mahara was a similar gacha skin that had an issue where a lot of players weren't happy with the end-off burst animation. They weren't happy with how that turned out, so they wanted that changed. They wanted like an update that potentially showed a different screen instead of that one. But remember, in this case, Nikke has to do what? To make that work, they have to provide first, I'm guessing, what they originally had, because players purchased it for that reason, and they have to provide something new. So in most cases, they just might not want to do that, because they might create like this thing in the future. If players complain enough, we'll get more different variations to each skin, maybe new burst animations and such, or maybe they just don't care like what you have to say. They still sold well in JP. That's like the middle finger to you guys, being, hey, we still did well there, we don't care what you have to say elsewhere. But it's kind of late now for them to actually respond. I doubt that they're going to give a statement, but they could. There is still days left in the event. What I will say is they might just let it, again, go untouched, unmentioned, because they did it for Mahara, and it worked. You stopped bringing up Mahara. There's a lot of stuff that recently they've kind of let go and just ignored players for saying. And this one, again, this Rouge one was huge. This Rouge was actually crazy, because a lot of players wanted something. They didn't get that something. So in this case, I think they're just going to say, screw y'all, and move on. And again, comments, this is again, 2.6k upvotes, whatever it is. This is like 600 upvotes, not just the Korean player base. Korean player bases are, like, for Nikke especially, Korean player base, like, complaining. They don't want to hear in there. They don't want to fully complain about things, but here, they needed to. And a content creator who doesn't cover drama, he wanted to cover this too, because he didn't, it clearly shows, right? The quality and everything also. They don't like the artwork. It's not just, like, the fan service and whatever players say. It's also the artwork. It doesn't look, I mean, you can clearly see it doesn't look as beautiful as other, again, artworks and such. And these are straight up just idle animations. They're not burst, they're not anything. They're idle animations, right? So, that reason, plus, again, other things on top of that, yeah, I think they're just going to move on. And it's been days now, so when Nikke is under fire and they got, like, drama going on, they do respond pretty quick to a degree. In this case, it feels like they're going to ignore this one, all right? But we'll see tomorrow, day after, or next week. Because, again, it's almost Friday, I think, yeah? Almost Friday. So you take care, have fun. That's been it for me. And my day is emerging. It's already Thursday, so tomorrow's Friday. Today's the last day they can respond until Sunday, pretty much. Peace out, take care. That's been it for me. And, yeah, that's all I got for you. Let me know